Good morning, everybody in the Who Dat Nation. It is the one and only Who Dat Davis here for you. If you don't know, you will know that over here we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. And before we get into today's video, I need you guys to do me a favor real quick. I need you to go ahead and hit that like button that's over here. I need you to hit that subscribe button that's right here. And I need you to go ahead and hit that share button right there. And share my platform around to all your football fans, even though the Saints fans, non-Saints fans, it doesn't matter. If they like talking football, I am here for it. I like to expand, my knowledge of the game, get the perspectives of different people who've been around watching the league more than I have. I'm only 23 years old. I love, talking all this stuff, and expanding my horizons a little bit more as the days go on. Now, with that being said, let's get down with the breakdown. And what are we breaking down today? We are breaking down last night's news of New Orleans Saints signing tight end Nick Vannett to a 3-year deal after he was recently released by the Denver Broncos. Nick Vannett was drafted in 2016 by the Pittsburgh Steelers. He then went over to Seattle Seahawks, and then he bounced over to Denver Broncos before coming to the Saints as of last night. So he's been around, he's been around the league quite a bit already. Going to 3 different teams before the Saints. So what do they really get out of Nick Vannett, a guy who is constantly being cut and signed by different teams? What do they get out of him? They get what they had in Josh Hill, an undrafted tight end. They get him in a solid run blocking scheme. We're noticing a pattern here, people. We're noticing a pattern. First, it was Alvin Kamara being signed to a 5-year extension. Then it was getting Adam Troutman involved in the blocking game, and he ended up being graded as the best blocking tight end in the entire NFL among all tight ends. And then it was signing Alex Armour to a 1-year deal, a versatile fullback that is a great run blocker. It can get up to that second level and open up running lanes, sort of like Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray, or even Tony Jones Jr. And now we have Nick Vannett on a 3-year deal to give even greater run blocking support. And I would argue that he has a little more upside than Josh Hill. Josh Hill is 30 years old, so I'm not gonna knock Josh Hill. Josh Hill did everything he could for this team. He has earned the respect of the Who Dat Nation. He has earned the respect of yours truly. So Josh Hill, I hope everything goes well for you in Detroit. But with that being said, Nick Vannett is only 28 years old. He had, like I said, he's a great run blocker. He can give that security blanket in terms of getting that necessary yardage in the passing game, and he can give that big body in the red zone if you need, strong hands and need to fit it in tight windows. Nick Vannett does that for you. He's great on the boot action. He's great on quick outs towards the sideline for, like I said, he's got strong hands. I am all for this signing. With that being said, the reason why I like this signing is because before I posted my recent video about tight end Brevin Jordan, comparing him to Hunter Long and the Saints potentially, addressing their tight end needs in this year's draft, I went on to say, and I advocated that the Saints would address their tight end needs in free agency. And lo and behold, they did. Put some respect on your boy's name. But in all seriousness, this is really promising signing for the New Orleans Saints. It gives them that 3-year deal, and Allen Troutman coming into his 2nd year. You got both tight ends for on 3-year deals going forward. You can add depth behind them in free agency, or signing tight ends to practice squads like they did Garrett Griffin and Ethan Wolf. When they were in training camp, Garrett Griffin had some plays at the fullback spot when Michael Burton wasn't in. So this is really promising. What does this tell you about what they're doing for the New Orleans Saints? They're giving Jameis Winston what he did not have when he was playing in Tampa. That was a solid run game. A solid run game to where not everything is going to be on his shoulders. He has all these other key pieces around him to lean on, like Alvin Kamara, Latavius Murray, Tony Jones Jr., guys like that. And I'm all for it, man. I'm all for seeing this run game getting kickstarted. I'm all for it, getting these needs filled in free agency, so you're not spending all this draft capital and getting rookies to fill their needs. You know what I mean? So this says that the Saints are going to really try to address their offensive needs in free agency and get younger at the defensive line. They're going to probably fill their needs at corner, probably either trade to get J.C. Horn or not. You know what I mean? So this also could be the sign of them getting a defensive tackle, which is they haven't done that since I believe Sheldon Rankins. And I'm very much for it. I'm very much forward to seeing what they do defensively in this year's draft. This could be the first time in a while that we've seen the Saints go defensive heavy. You know, with the needs at corner, with the needs at linebacker, getting an edge rusher because Carl Granderson may be coming on, but Marcus Davenport is most likely going to be out the door after this season. There's no way they are going to take a risk on Marcus Davenport having that fifth-year option. You know what I mean? So it's really interesting. It's really interesting, and with the needs of edge rusher being, so prudent for this team, but there's not many edge rushers, in this year's draft. You could see what they did in 2018. We're getting an edge rusher, and like Greg Russo out of Miami, or Patrick Jones the second out of Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? So that's really interesting. But all in all, I'm very, very happy with this Nick Vannett signing. I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to the blocking game, opening up holes for Alvin Kamara, who has great field of vision to find the open lane and explode through it. Latavius Murray, a jump cut receiver, not a receiver. Man, Latavius Murray, a one jump cut type of running back, or Tony Jones Jr., who's still needed to get some reps, but he showed some promise, some flashes of being, a guy that you can count on going forward if they decide to go beyond Latavius Murray. But that's it. That's all. I just want to give my thoughts on the Nick Vannett signing and what that culminates to in terms of what they've done so far in free agency. And I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to it. I really am, guys. But I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll probably do another draft prospect video or whatever else comes up in terms of Saints news. I'll cover it. So with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. And as always, we bleed black and gold until we are dead and cold. I'll see you guys on the next breakdown.